Relays fail constantly, and they also take the blame for problems they did not cause. Before you go, replace an expensive fuel pump, a blower motor, or a starter. Spend 2 minutes testing the relay that controls it. All you need is a basic multimeter and a common 9-volt battery. Here is exactly how to test any automotive relay correctly. Understand the 4 terminals first. Nearly every automotive relay uses the same numbering. Terminal 85 and 86 are the control coil. Terminal 30 is the constant power input. Terminal 87 is the output that feeds the device. Some relays add terminal 87A, which is powered when the relay is off instead of on. The numbers are molded into the plastic on the bottom of the relay. Pull the relay out of its socket and look at the base and the sides. You will see a small wiring diagram printed on the plastic showing which pins are the coil and which are the switch. The coil pins are drawn as a zigzag line or a small rectangle. The switch pins are drawn as a line with a contact point. Match those printed numbers to the physical pins before you test anything. 4-pin and 5-pin relays follow the same numbering, so this works across nearly every vehicle. Test the coil resistance. The coil is an electromagnet. When it receives voltage, it pulls the internal switch closed. A burned open coil reads infinite resistance and the relay will never click. A shorted coil reads near 0 and usually blows the fuse. Healthy automotive relay coils typically read between 50 and 120 ohms. Set your multimeter to ohms, usually the 200 ohm range on a manual meter. Touch one probe to pin 85 and the other probe to pin 86. Polarity does not matter for this test on most relays. A reading between roughly 50 and 120 ohms means the coil is healthy. A reading of OL or infinity means the coil is burned open internally and the relay is dead. A reading near 0 ohms means the coil is shorted, which usually blows the circuit fuse repeatedly. Either extreme means replace the relay. Test the switch contacts at rest. With no power applied, the relay's main contacts should be open. Pin 30 and pin 87 should not be connected. If they show continuity with the relay unpowered, the contacts have welded together. A welded relay is why a fuel pump or fan sometimes runs continuously and drains the battery overnight. Keep the meter on ohms or switch to continuity mode. Touch one probe to pin 30 and the other to pin 87. With no power on the coil, you should read OL or infinity with no beep. Any continuity here means the contacts are stuck closed. If your relay has an 87A pin, test 30 to 87A instead. That pair should show continuity at rest since 87A is normally closed. Energize the coil and listen for the click. This is the test that tells you the most. Apply power to the coil pins and the relay should snap audibly. No click means the coil is not pulling the armature. A weak or hesitant click often means a failing coil that works cold and fails when hot. Take a 9-volt battery and 2 short jumper wires with alligator clips. Connect one wire from the battery positive terminal to pin 86 and one from battery negative to pin 85. You should hear and feel a distinct mechanical click from inside the relay. Automotive relays are rated at 12 volts, but almost all of them will actuate fine on 9 volts. If nothing clicks at all, the relay is dead and needs replacement. If it clicks clearly, move on to the next test because clicking alone does not prove the relay works. Test the contacts while energized. A relay can click and still fail. The internal contacts can be pitted, corroded, or burned from years of arcing. The armature moves, but the electrical connection is poor or non-existent. This is the most common failure mode on high-current relays like fuel pump and blower motor relays. Keep the 9-volt battery connected to pins 85 and 86 so the relay stays energized during this test. Now place your meter probes on pin 30 and pin 87. You should read very close to 0 ohms, ideally under 1 ohm total. Remember to subtract your meter lead resistance, which is usually around 0.2 ohms. A reading of 5, 10, or 50 ohms means the internal contacts are burned and pitted. That relay cannot pass full current to the device. It will click perfectly and still fail completely under real load. Do the voltage drop test under load. Resistance testing with a meter uses almost no current. A relay can pass that tiny test current fine and still fail when asked to carry 20 amps. Voltage drop testing catches this. It is the difference between a relay that tests good on the bench and one that actually works in the car. Reinstall the relay and let the circuit run. Set the meter to DC volts. Put the red probe on pin 30 at the relay socket and the black probe on pin 87 while the device is running. You should read under 0.2 volts across the relay. Anything above 0.5 volts means the contacts are dropping voltage and generating heat. That relay is failing even if it passed every bench test. The fastest test of all. Before pulling out a meter, look in the fuse box. Most vehicles use several identical relays. The horn relay, the fog light relay, and the fuel pump relay are frequently the same part number. Swapping takes 10 seconds and tells you immediately whether the relay is at fault. Open the fuse box lid and check the diagram for relays with matching part numbers. Pull the suspect relay and a known working one from a non-critical circuit like the horn. Swap them. If the problem moves to the other circuit, you found your bad relay. If the problem stays, the relay was never the issue and you just saved yourself the cost of a part. Common signs: a relay is the problem. A relay is worth testing whenever a circuit works intermittently rather than failing completely. Fuel pump relays commonly fail with heat, so a car that starts fine cold and refuses to start after 20 minutes of driving is a classic relay symptom. Let it cool for an hour and it starts again. A blower motor that works on some speeds or cuts out when the car hits a bump often points to a relay or a loose socket terminal. A cooling fan that never comes on until the engine is nearly overheating is another common one. Anything that clicks rapidly and repeatedly when you turn the key usually means the relay is trying to close, but battery voltage is dropping too low to hold it. Check the socket, not just the relay. This step gets skipped constantly, and it costs people real money. Pull the relay out and look carefully at the socket terminals inside the fuse box. Look for green corrosion, brown discoloration, melted or deformed plastic, or terminals that have spread apart and lost their spring tension. A relay carrying high current through a loose socket generates serious heat right at that connection point. The relay itself tests perfectly fine on the bench because the relay is not the failure the socket is. Gently squeeze any spread terminals back together with needle nose pliers to restore tension. If the plastic around the socket has melted or discolored, replace the socket pigtail entirely. A pigtail repair connector costs about $10 and takes 20 minutes to splice in. Skipping this step means your brand new relay will burn out exactly the same way within a few months.